All right, hi everyone. My name is Matthew Jones from the Park Automaton Group project. And so, yeah, just to start off, this was a really fun project that I really enjoyed. Got to spend a lot of time just working, doing my own thing. And so, to start off, our Automaton did meet all the specifications of the light turning on and off, and the one object moving up and down, as well as another one spinning. And for our project, we did a park theme that had a street light in the corner, had someone jumping on a trampoline, and then a merry-go-round right next to it, that the merry-go-round would spin, person jumping up and down, and then the light turning on and off as the person reached the maximum height off of the trampoline. It would touch the circuit, continue it on, turn on the light. And so that idea kind of came to me as I was researching different things, looking at the different videos from Canvas, and I happened to see the caterpillar moving up and down and the ballerina spinning sideways. That I happened to see a younger sibling of mine jumping on the trampoline outside as I was doing this research, and I came to the conclusion that I wanted to do a park theme because it was just, kind of trees in my backyard, kind of got that kind of idea. And so I quickly put it to test. And so I started building around that theme and just started quickly modeling things, testing things out, and just seeing what would happen. Because I didn't do a whole lot of research beforehand, which is definitely something I would change in the future, is doing a little bit more research and instead of just kind of testing it, seeing how it went. But as I was watching those videos, the research was enough for me as I was able to start testing it from then on and just being able to start putting it together. And so with that, I started prototyping by taking the cardboard box from the egg drop project and using a lot of materials from that. And I started to build it, put things together, test things out, and just seeing what worked and what didn't work. And there was a lot of things that did and didn't, which definitely was very troubling and took a lot of time. And so I didn't come up with any alternative designs because I had one thing in my mind and I just kind of stuck to it and did what I could to make it work. And so I just kind of took things one step at a time and built on that one thing to get to my end result of having that person jump up and down, merry-go-round spin, and having the light turn on and off at the same time. And so, yeah, there were a couple things that and it functioned perfectly. Everything was fine. You'll see that in the next video or just farther along. And so, one thing I would do to improve was maybe to think of maybe get like an end goal. I had one, but I didn't completely think about each individual thing and how it might play a role in that end goal. And so maybe what I could have done differently was plan out a final project, and instead of trial and error, kind of plan what I might do that would work, if that makes sense. And so that's really the main thing that comes to mind. And just, overall, the experience was very fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely learned a lot of just how the circuitry worked, and I really had to think of a bunch of different ways to make the light turn on and off. And I was trying to find one that worked with the merry-go-round, because I wanted to put it on there, and maybe I could have thought a little bit more into doing that, but the easy solution came to me was to do it with the person jumping up and down, because it's easy to make the copper ends connect and disconnect when you're doing that kind of a motion. And so that's what I came to, and it worked very well. Hopefully you guys like it. All right, so here is the final look for the Automaton Park Group project. So here on the left you have the merry-go-round with some handlebars, the person jumping up and down on the trampoline, and the street light here that will turn on and off as the person reaches the maximum height when they are jumping. And so here's kind of just the crank, just kind of spin it with your fingers. And here's kind of how the merry-go-round works. There's some hot glue there that was used instead of some tape to kind of hold it in place. Worked a lot better. There's actually a straw in between there to help it move up and down. Had to sand down the wood to make it fit and just work a little bit better. Here is the functioning of the person jumping up and on the trampoline. There's a little bit more of an egg shape there on these cardboard cutouts that help it move up and down, as well as there's also that straw in the middle that helps move up and down. Had to use some extra popsicle sticks here to hold this piece of cardboard in place to make it not move around from side to side as it would do that before. This is something I had to come up with pretty quickly. And here's the last popsicle stick poking through the side here to hold it straight as the wires go up and through to the street light. So the purple, green, and blue make a green and red light turn on. Whoa. And so it is attached to some copper tape up there up top, and then it transfers over to a copper wire here on the bottom, just because the copper tape tended to break a lot, and I had to quickly come up with some of my own stuff as I couldn't find any copper tape anywhere. And so, yeah, here we go. And so you just kind of spin it, each item moves. Now it's gonna egg shape, so this is gonna lift up. Person reaches that maximum height, the light turns on. And so my goal was to kind of get a yellowish look, but this was the best I could kind of come up with, given the green and yellow colors. And so maybe one thing I would change would be the merry-go-round, maybe make it look a little bit nicer, and to add a little bit more to the background. Overall, maybe just an improvement on the actual looks and quality of this, and just using the different pieces. All right, so that just about wraps it up for the Automaton Park group, and it was a lot of fun, learned a lot from it. Just seeing the different functions and things that go into these kind of designs was very cool, very eye-opening, and I didn't completely understand just how much goes into it and the work that is required, as well as the brainstorming and research to finish these projects. And so, yeah, that's about it.